Okay, today we are JD Authors. I am with MATTEY, Mr. MATTEY. I really want to know you. Who is MATTEY? And I'm very sure that our audience out there would also want to get to know you. You're not just passionate about BMW. You are so energetic, and the other events like you did MC and hype man stuff, and you did it so well as if that's your field. So I really want to get to know who is MATTEY.
Okay, my name is Matthew Adino. I am from Imo State, so you can call me an Igbo man.
Oh,
All right. I'll just give a brief history of how I journeyed into the automotive industry. I used to be in the entertainment industry, did some movies way back, then went into advertising. I worked in Lintas Advertising. And before then, I've actually worked for so many advertising agencies in Nigeria. Just name them. I've been there.
are you serious?
Yes. So, apart from that, I'm also a voiceover artist. Produced music for some time, worked with the likes of Samuel Posa and the rest of them, just not to bore you with my stories.
Okay.
So it was from Lintas.
But that must be years back.
Yeah, years back. As at
Okay.
2005, as at about 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, I was in advertising. Now, up until I went into Lintas in 2006, got married in 2007, and by 2010 I left Lintas. And while I was in Lintas between 2006 to 2007, 2006 to 2010, I was actually mixing my passion for cars and that of the advertising industry. And when it was time for me to leave the advertising industry, I said it would be nice for me to venture into the automotive industry. And here am I, right here in the automotive industry.
Okay. I really want to know what's that main thing that made you decide to go into automotive industry? Like what was that one thing that triggered you
Okay,
to develop that passion?
it's actually nothing per se, but something. If you look at it deeply, I used to drive the BMW E34. So one day I was coming back home and from the office, and I got to Agege by that Pensilema railway, and the car stopped.
Okay.
My E34 then was the M20 engine that has the timing belt. So I didn't know that the timing belt snapped. So while I was trying to crank the engine, I didn't know I was bending my valves. To cut the long story short, eventually I got a mechanic who fixed that engine for me for 64K. 2 weeks later, that engine went kaput, and I went to
And that is BMW.
BMW. Yes. After the rebuilding, 2 weeks later, I rebuilt with 64,000. 2 weeks later, the engine went kaput, and then I went back to Ladipo to buy the engine, and they told me the engine is 30K, and instantly the Igbo man's instinct inside of me, just like Peter Obi will say, triggered, and I said, this mechanic they make money 64,000 and the engine at 30,000. I would just come buy the engine 30,000 and then keep my 34,000 naira. So that was how I started dreaming of going into the automotive industry. Then one day I was driving to the office early in the morning, and the particular sound now came pam 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 on radio, and it was automatics on radio, and then it was Uncle Ben only and Kunle Oshunaike, two great veterans in this industry. Today we keep shouting about automotive industry, but we don't give kudos to whom kudos is due. Everybody right now is online talking about cars, but they don't know how it all started. It started from Uncle Ben and Kunle Oshunaike. So shortly after I listened to that program, I was wowed, and I said this was the same thing I didn't know that made me to buy fix an engine and later go to buy the engine. Which brings me to that quote: if you want to hide something from a black man, put them inside book. So,
Okay. Can you explain that? If you want to hide something from a black man,
with all the school where we go for
they
Africa,
like read book.
you go to read them. You go, Baba, you go see somebody who hold manual of something. You go see that and say, this is not fit one. Meanwhile, the owner's manual don't state them. But the power
That's true.
to go to the manual. So, so the likes of Uncle Ben were there on this radio, and these were the things I didn't bring myself to actually listen. So you know what I said? Instead of listening to Uncle Ben every day, I will go to him. So I will arise and go to Uncle Ben and tell him, teach me, because I want to learn.
You are truly an Igbo man, and I would want to know, where did you grow? Did you grow up in this Lagos, or you grew up in the east?
Okay, I grew up in a place called Ajegule.
Oh,
Ajegule.
okay.
In fact, my house is at Boundary Market. I stay on Bale Street. So to some of the people out there who watches me online, they know I'm from the ghetto, and that's where I grew up from.
Okay, that brings me to the question. Oftentimes, I've entered people's car, and most times they complain about if they on their AC, if they put on their AC, that it consumes fuel. It consumes more fuel. when you put on the AC. So, and I've seen other videos on YouTube, like people disputing that. So I don't know how true is that, or like, can you educate us from your years of experience?
Okay, I'm going to break it down for you. Everything in a car, permit me to use it, to simplify it. Everything you do to a car will take fuel.
Okay.
If you increase the size of your tires, it will take fuel. Okay? If you modify your exhaust, it will take fuel. If you give load to the car,
Like it will take more fuel. I want to get.
yes, it will take more fuel. If you give more load to the car, it will take more fuel. And what is a load to the car? Load to the car does not only mean when you load up your boot. Carrying passengers is also load. Increasing the tire size of your car is load.
Wow.
Adding AC is load. Engaging your gearbox is load. Turning on the headlights are loads. So these things takes fuel. But in the context you're painting it, once you turn on the AC within the city drive, you go through the Lagos or city traffic where you go on slow speed. Yes, the car tends to show you that okay, it takes more fuel. Of course, it's load, it takes more fuel. All right.
But I've seen videos.
But when you're driving on the highway, and you decide to put off your AC because if I on am, e go chop fuel as I dey go for road,
You go die.
you be out there. The way you be say, as you wind down, the amount of air force that hits the vehicle from all sides of the glass where you wind down, go dey retard the movement of the car. It will cause drag to the car, and the car will drink more fuel than the AC.
Oh.
But once you put up your glasses and you're gliding, the car no drink no goddamn fuel.
Wow. Wow. So you guys can actually hear it. You guys can actually, because most
Like
times,
I said,
I've seen most people complain about that.
when you want to hide something from the black man, hide them for book. Even when they do practicals, a lot of people are actually Google and YouTube rats. They just go there and take all manner of things and believe it hook, line, and sinker. Don't forget, like I've always said, the Google is not a fact engine. It is a search engine. So it is a place where people go there and dump all manner of things for you to read. For instance, I will give you one claim in Google that is very wrong. In BMW and practically other cars, there's something that is called the valve tappets.
Okay.
Now, these valve tappets go bad over a period of time as a result of maybe wrong choice of oil, age, wear and tear. And when it goes bad, some of the things you hear is anytime you start your engine, whether you're just starting it or not, you hear that continuously. I have seen people who put up posts on the internet said how to stop it is when you change your oil, you start the car and you depress the pedal, the accelerator pedal, and hold it up to 3,000 RPM for like 2 minutes. That is 120 seconds. And that sound will go away. There is no known fix for that sound. The only known fix for that sound is total replacement of those valve tappets. Okay? But go to YouTube right now. You see about 10 people telling you that is how to fix it. It's a lie. You can't fix it that way.
Okay. Can you tell us common mistakes people should avoid in both BMW and other cars?
Common mistakes. Okay. I'll speak for BMW. I don't want to start hyping less privileged brands.
Ah, God.
Right? I don't start hyping.
The way you like this BMW, it needs to be studied.
You see, like I said, my slogan is once you're inside the BMW, you will find that it's a world class. The comfort and the style makes you feel things and see things differently.
Oh.
So I don't want to hype less privileged brands. But again, some of the misconceptions that people get up to today, and I said it in my previous post. If you are in 2024 and you still think BMW they drink fuel, you are an illiterate. If you are in 2024 and you still think that BMW they overheat, you are a stark illiterate.
Oh. That brings me to the question. There's one comment I've been seeing oftentimes in your posts, and also the videos you did with us. So I've seen this question like BMW is not a car built for Nigerians. I don't know. I don't really know what that means. And some other people be like, BMW is good, but there are no really good mechanics that you drive out with your BMW and come back with Uber. So
again, it also boils down to when you give, like I said, to own a BMW, you need education. At least school cert. That's the only prerequisite you need to own a BMW. You can't be a dingebat and want to be driving BMW because it is not just a point A to point B car. BMW is an interactive vehicle. The electronics, they say things to you at every second, and you need to listen and understand and obey them. For instance, every car you find in this workshop, particularly the ones from the German mothership, the Mercedes Benz, they have what is called maintenance schedule. And what are maintenance schedule? Maintenance schedule is not just when you're supposed to be changing your oil. Maintenance schedule is, okay, for instance, this E300, the manufacturer has said, maybe in their service manual or owner's manual, the moment this car clocks 50,000 miles, do an overhaul of your cooling systems. But because Nigeria want to milk every kobo out of the item they bought with their money, they will wait until the thing gets to 80,000 miles. You're buying a Mercedes-Benz car or a BMW car that is 100 or 200,000 kilometers from the date of manufacture to when you bought it, and you don't deem it fit to overhaul the cooling system. And all of a sudden, when those things start breaking down on you, and you go,
you blame it on the brand.
You blame it on the brand. Is that not madness? So that's it. Like I said again, to hide the truth and keep it safe from a black man, put it in a book.
I don't want it to revolve around BMW. So there's a question I want to ask. Oftentimes people be like that the type of oil, engine oil you use on your car determines how well your engine will last. And I don't want it to be like you want to talk about it in BMW angle. I want it to be car generally.
No, there's you see, when it comes to choice of oil, we have in fact, I am sure that if today any fan of JD Autos on Instagram, on YouTube, who does not understand oil, well, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk too much. And if you're following MATTEY, the little fan that I have, see me,
You have fans.
I don't really get because they say me I did very insulting, they say me I did arrogant because
you speak the truth.
Yes, I don't follow them to chase clout. I know they find fan base online. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to fix BMW and make a living.
You guys is a BMW automotive engineer. So you guys have been complaining about you don't see good mechanics for BMW. You don't do this one for BMW. He is the engineer that you need for your car.
So there's nothing like talking about BMW when it comes to oil. The discourse about engine oil is a dark art. But again, it's so simplified. You can cite to the first point of contact if you want to know the oil made for your car is your oil filler cap.
Oil filler cap.
Yes, that place where you open where they pour oil. As you go there, you go see where the manufacturer grade them.
Actually, it's my first time hearing that.
Oh, just check any car here, including this. Well, let's move on.
Okay.
So if you go to the oil filler cap before you even open a system, they don't indicate them there.
The type of oil.
The kind of oil that the vehicle needs.
But the truth is
then
that
another place
most brands now producing fake oils, Abi.
No, they are not. They are not. They are not. The fact that you are not a fan of Fanfaro oil does not make Fanfaro oil a fake oil. Do you understand? The fact that you are a fan of Mobil oil or Total oil does not make AP oil fake. All right? Sometimes people are loyal to their brand. And I mean, it's okay. But the most important thing is that whatever brand of oil that you choose, make sure you choose the right viscosity and spec for your car. And where do you find it? It's either you find it in the oil filler cap or you find it on the owner's manual. That's where it is.
Okay.
So don't just go because your friend is using one oil in his Mercedes Benz, then you now go begin to patronize those people. Then say, "Oh, now oil they good, make I buy." No, and that's the way Nigeria buy. And not because right now that subsidy is gone, economy is on the rise, things are quite tough. People no send again. They say, this one.
They need the cheaper one.
This one are from Dubai. I've been using it for 5 years and it work. Who told you it's working? Do you know how to know a perfect car? A car that is working well. It's by the time you just suppose that your same car that you've been using for 5 years, side by side another car where they maintain well, make una go on a trust. You go realize say your car na scrap.
Okay, I know there are still other people out there that are very, very passionate about BMW. Yes, and that's your area of specialty. I want you to tell them what they should look out for anytime that they decide to get one for themselves.
Okay, first and foremost, to get a BMW,
you need education.
You need education. Now, to buy a Niger used BMW, you need a BMW technician, not just a mechanic, to help you check. I have seen people swindled. I have seen mechanics and car dealers gone as far as faking Kosharis Motors documents to be able to sell a car.
Wow.
You understand? If I begin talk now, then go say I dey rude.
You know they're rude. Speak your mind.
Their father.
Your father.
I have gone as far as seeing friends, cheating friends over the purchase of BMW, especially Nigeria used BMW. But again, for the purpose of those that are listening, I'm going to tell you some of the things you must do when you want to buy a car. Please do not buy a car based on this guy na my best friend. I know I might trust him. Now the same papa bonus. We don't come from way back in primary school. It does not work that way. If you want to buy a car, the first thing first is that your eye should be able to embrace the car and like the car.
Yeah.
The second thing is, for as long as you are discussing with the dealer, whoever the dealer is, keep the car running. I repeat, for as long as you are discussing with the dealer about the car, how much is the car,
the engine,
you know, say every car where dealer they sell now, they sell them because the owner want relocate. Lies, total lies. Then two lie. There are very few reliable dealers in this country, and I can name them for you. I can name them for you right now. They
don't pay us for promotion,
you know,
so
no. See, that's another thing we must also try once in a while to do. You see, because sincerity is scarce in this part of the clan, when you find a very sincere one, just give them a mention. You understand? It doesn't cost anything, because right now sincerity is scarce. So for as long as you're negotiating the car, going around the car, checking the car, tell the dealer to keep the car running. Then the next thing he go tell you, we say, fuel no today. You know, say fuel no today. Tell am say you go buy fuel. Leave the car running. If the car runs well, for as long as that discussion went, without it overheating or the motor triggering one light, make you know say the car is in right direction. The next thing is checking for all manner of oil leaks.
Okay.
Please do not allow anybody to start a car and tell you and rev the car, then water begin to come up exhaust. Say, see, the engine well. Water coming out from exhaust does not show that the engine is okay. The engine can be bad and water can be coming out. What water coming out of exhaust means is that the engine is having a complete combustion. Finish. It does not say that the engine is okay. In fact, some of these rascals that call themselves dealers, you know what they do? Once they know say you they come, you want to go buy car, you want to go check the car, you they call the dealer. Are you mad?
Okay, you're not supposed to call the dealer.
What do they call them for? What do they call them for? Take them unawares. Make him go begin the fine battery.
That's true.
Do you understand? Sorry, let me turn on this phone. Take him unawares, all right? Take him unawares, jump into the workshop and inspect things for yourself.
And this is not just for BMW, it's for all brands.
All cars generally. It's not for just BMW. So while that discussion is going on, you go under the car, check the car for all manner of leaks. Then the next thing that a lot of buyers do is buyers does not understand where the chassis number of cars is, where the year of manufacture of cars is. I find it a little bit offensive when you tell somebody go and check the year of the car. You go to look for seat belt. Seat belts were actually produced before the car came out of factory. So seat belt senior the car. Every seat belt in any car in this workshop senior the car. It's been produced weeks before the car, or even months before the car. All right. The best place to find the year of manufacture of the car is through the chassis number. It cannot go wrong. And if you get to the chassis number, you see say then drag and come out, or then file them, or then paint them. Scam. Is either the car is stolen, or they don't lie for you, or they don't forge the document. I've seen a lot. So to cut the long story short, you want to buy a car, especially BMW, get a BMW specialist. You can't go wrong.
So you don't talk about the mileage, because people oftentimes say the mileage.
Well, I don't really send mileage. You see, a beautiful woman is a beautiful woman, irrespective of the age. You understand? Okay. Irrespective of the age. A very well cared for woman is always a beautiful woman, irrespective of her age. Whether she's 90, you could still see her in her old age, but she's very beautiful. The same way, a babe where they don't maintain. If you like, maybe be 14 years.
You know, go see no.
You understand? So, because again, talking about mileage, there's something about mileage. A car that has been with you and you're very meticulous about maintenance, and you every time you carry out the maintenance schedule. There's a guy in BMW club. In fact, most BMW club members. But I'm particularly going to mention two guys here. Ike Mefuna, Wangu, and Duzo Wangu. They maintain their car spot on.
Shout out to you guys.
These are guys, if their car clocks 400,000 kilometers, buy their car because they maintain their car. They do
Okay,
an overhaul.
they are dealers.
No, they are not dealers. They are just like you and I, but they maintain their car. They are BMW enthusiasts. Those ones are called enthusiasts, not just fanboy. Of course, you know there's a difference between BMW fanboy and a BMW enthusiast.
Enthusiast.
We will get to that.
Okay.
So again, in mileage, I what is called highway mileage and then city mileage. So sometimes for me, high mileage don't really matter. It is the maintenance of the car and the condition of the car that actually matters to me.
Okay. You talked about the engine before. Is it the engine when you drove in? You talked about engine stuff. I didn't get to hear you very well.
Okay, that's actually another content I want to put out there because I've not done content for a very long time.
Okay.
I'm just taking my time. I mean, if you go over the internet, Instagram, YouTube, everybody is talking about cars. So I mean, there's really nothing to teach anymore. And you see, the bottom is the only place that is filled. There's enough space everybody to try.
Oh.
That is why I don't do dragging online. I don't. I'm not looking for fans. Don't follow me if you don't like the truth. I don't send you.
Follow him.
Don't follow me if you don't like the truth.
Speaks the truth.
So the reason why I've not been doing
truth.
content for some time is because I've seen a lot of content online that are spot on. I watch Ride With Me. A lot of them out there are doing very well. Purely cars. There's one guy in Benin. What's that his name again? Oh, this guy. I don't know why I keep forgetting the guy's name. Very great guy. He does sweet content. And so many other people out there that are doing great content. You know, is it in the areas of tracking? There's these car trackers are people that are, sometimes I criticize them and they get back to me, you know. There are a lot of people there talking about cars. So what do you want to add again? So, but there's one that I need to inform people, which is what you're asking me about.
Okay.
You see, so many years ago when I started this content thing, I am one of the engineers that is up close and personal with Ladipo people. Apart from the fact that I'm an Igbo man, I'm also a BMW enthusiast. You know, people also contract me to help them buy engines.
Okay.
So I know Ladipo people and they know me. They are my brothers.
They are
I am
people.
their brother. They're my people. So I know them. There is nothing I've not spoken about the Ladipo boys. For instance, there's time I advise people, stop drinking malt when you go to Ladipo. Stop sitting down to take their malt.
Why?
It will do you no good. What do you need it for? They will try you down. So some customers, when they get to what is it called? They want to change their engine. An engine that is not good that they want to change. They'll tell you, can we sell it back to them so that we can recover some kind of money? And I don't do that. They will take the car somewhere place and begin to sell the engine to them. Now that things are expensive, Ladipo boys, majority of them don't bring in Tokumbo vehicles anymore because it's very difficult and expensive. You know what they're doing? All those engines that those rascals sold to them is beginning to find themselves back into their engines.
Wow.
All those parts begin to find themselves back into their engines, and they will complain. Chebi, you say you buy Tokumbo grade.
Actually, we are the one dealing with ourselves.
Exactly.
Wow.
You see why Thunder is loading. Let's move forward.
So thank you. I'm so exhausted with my question. Let's see if you have something else to tell us.
There's really nothing to say. I actually am happy that you brought up the idea of you know, to tell people what to expect when they are buying cars.
Yeah.
For God's sake, you have no business with car inspection if you're not a mechanic. And again, even your mechanic that you're sending, look at him very well. If he's a mechanic that can die for 5,000 or 10,000 naira, no send and go inspect car for you.
Yes.
Some people are so cheap that they can sell their glory for 5,000 naira. When you have such a mechanic, don't send him to inspect cars for you. Okay? So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm the one that is so grateful. Like, yeah. Hey.
She wants people to meet Mattei up close and personal. Yes. And why am I always aggressive with people?
It's not even that. I've gone through comments. I've gone through comments of the videos he did before I even came. I feel like people really have to get to know him too well. And the way you use the word their father, you're not saying anybody, Papa.
I'm not looking for audience.
Abby? Oh, you have audience already. You have good audience.